Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Ojia. Yes, today we'll be teaching on how to cut a pencil skirt. Let's get started. All the materials you need your clothes, your fabric, you need your tape rule, you need tailor's chalk, and you need your scissors, you need your ruler, and you need the measurements. As you can see, we have the length of 24, we have waist of 28, we have hip of 38. So let's get started. The first thing you do, it is very simple. The first thing you do is take off your fabric, then fold your fabric into two. Fold it into two. We cut it one by one because of the beginners, so that the beginners will be able to learn easily. So once you fold your clothes, this is our clothes as you can see. So you fold it into two. So then our waist, our length, you determine your length first. The first thing we do is to determine our length, and our length here is 24. This is 24. Then we have we had 1 inch of sewing allowance, or let's say 2 inches, depending on how you want the down part. So but for me, I want to add 1 inch. I want it tiny. I don't want it too thick, so I want it tiny. The next thing I will do now is this is my length, my skirt length. Then the next thing I will do now, I will determine the waist. Our waist here is 28. 28 divided by 4, it is 7. So 7 plus that, this is our 7 here. 7 plus 1 inch for that. Then plus another 1 inch for sewing, because we want to sew our skirts. So we want a 1 inch of sewing allowance. So this is the sewing allowance here. So the next thing we will do to determine your hip. If you want to determine your hip, let's say you can't just come down. You know, you are a beginner and you think, okay, you can't just come down by any length or any inches. So all you do is measure your 6 or 7. You measure 7 inches. That is how to get your hip. That is where your hip will be starting from. So to measure our hip now, our hip in this measurement, we have 38, and 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So you give it a tick where we have our line. Then 1 inch for the same thing, the 2 inches we added here, we transfer it to our hip measurement. So now to determine the down part of your skirt, all you need to do is measure your waistline. This is 9.5. You transfer the 9.5, you transfer it down. So once you transfer it down, So once you transfer it down, you try to, if you want to get the accurate measurements, you can see from your hip, we have 11.5 or 11.25 because of the 2 inches we added. So we have 11.25. So 11.25 divided by minus 2. That is how to get your down part, divide -2, you minus it with 2, so that at the end of the day the shape will come out being pencil. So how you want to do now is you will join this line here, you join it together, you join it together. Together. We don't want this here, so it's meant to curve. Let's say you have your curving ruler, you can just place it to give you the exact curve. So this is how we get our pencil skirt. I don't know if you understand. From here to here, our waist measurement, and from here to here is our hip measurement. To determine your hip, where your hip will be starting from, if it is a normal waist, you give it 7. You measure 7 from up. That is where you will measure your hip. That is where your hip will start. Not that from here you now bring your hip down here. It is not possible. So how you can do to get yourself the perfect measurement is measure 7 from your waistline down to get your hip measurement, which we have here. From here to here is 7 inches. So once you get your 7 inches, then you transfer your hip measurement. So that is that on how to cut a pencil skirt. Then the next thing you do, this is the front. You want to cut it gently. Don't forget, your sewing allowance is very, very important. It is very, very important. After cutting out your front, this is how it looks like. So to achieve your back length, or to achieve your back skirt fabric, all you need to do is take this. We want to replace this, but it's a must we leave 2 inches at the back. You do the same thing. As you can see, we've already folded the clothes, the paper, we already folded it into 2. So all you need to do is you leave 2 inches at the back. You leave 2 inches. After leaving 2 inches, you place your front cutout. You place it on it. Then you will cut it out. You will cut it out. Make sure you balance your hand while cutting. Make sure your hand is balanced. So you are the owner of your table. Make sure so after cutting out your back, then our skirt is ready. Our skirt is ready. You just need to transfer this on your fabric, be it materials, be it stretching, be it anything. But if it is a stretching material, you don't need to leave 2 inches because it is stretching. You don't want it to have slits. But let's say you want it to have slits, you can still put your slit. So by the time you want to sew it, so you achieve your waist, your hip, and your down part, and make it pencil. Thank you. If you have learned from this tutorial, kindly like and subscribe to my channel to see more and more of our trending